Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. 631-756-1125 is the telephone number. The website is omnitruevalue.com for everything you need to make sure that your home is cleaned up and safe, or your business is cleaned up and safe after every winter storm. And they service the entire tri-state area of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut with the lowest prices anywhere. So let's take a look at what's going on this afternoon. If you are from southern New England and point south, you're just kind of sitting on the edge of some patchy cloudiness, and the further south you go, the more sun you have. In fact, you can almost draw a line straight across the country in half from north to south and divide it. And you've got great weather south of that line, mostly sunny skies, and more cloud cover to the north. It's the northern part of the jet stream that is going to be the active player over the next couple of days. And on the radar, we actually do have a weather front that is moving very slowly eastward. It's very weak. It's actually going to probably fall apart. And there are some showers of rain and snow as you head up into upstate New York and into New England. Even seeing some showers in northwest New Jersey and northeastern Pennsylvania. They're not reaching the ground, or maybe some of them are, but most of them aren't reaching the ground. I mean, probably in some of the colder air in northern Pennsylvania, seeing some snowflakes in the mix there. So we are kind of in cruise control for a little while as temperatures are generally headed higher. And we'll show you what WPC has for snowfall the next 3 days, over the next 3 days, the probability of at least 2 inches. And we're not seeing any of that up and down the East Coast. This actually takes us right into early Sunday morning, 7 a.m. Sunday. So you can see there's probabilities around the Great Lakes and also in southern Canada, and right on the edges in Maine and northern New Hampshire, and also right on the edges up into the northern plains. Now, on Sunday, we do have a WPC new forecast. This was the old one that they put out, and they had actually had a 30 to 50% chance going back almost into into east central Long Island and the eastern half of Connecticut, north and east. But on the new update, which moves their forecast period up 1 day, it takes it into the first period now, so which is Sunday into Monday. We're really not seeing, well, let me just move it there. There we go. So there's Sunday into Monday. And on the new forecast, this is the probability of at least their equivalent of 1/4 of an inch of snow and sleet combined. So basically, we'll just use, they say, the probability of at least 3 inches. And they have the western edge of that right along the New Jersey shore to New York City, Connecticut, Long Island, and points east. So they've actually cut the whole area that was south and west of that out of the equation, and they moved the 30 to 50% out completely as well. So based on what we've seen with the dayside models today, not all of them, but a good chunk of them, this is a very suppressed look. If you think back to the upper air setup with the snowstorm back on January 28th, 29th, there are a lot of similarities, and we've been talking about that, but that doesn't guarantee that the outcome is going to be the same way. In fact, the outcome could be very different. And one of the outcomes that we could have had the last time was a more suppressed look, and that's what we're seeing here. If you look at the upper air as it evolves, that's actually a fairly strong short wave that's dropping southward, and it looks like it's going to do something, but the problem is right up to the northeast of that, you've got this mess that is sitting here, right in here, and that doesn't get out of the way. So there's no room for anything of consequence to happen. And if there is room for it, it would be further east. And if you watch the upper trough as it swings around, it starts to sharpen up, but it doesn't even get to a north-south tilt until it's already well offshore. So this is an extremely limiting factor for the upper air to have those troughs so close together, and the outcome I think is going to be maybe a little bit of precip here in terms of some snow Saturday night into Sunday morning, And I'm going to just leave the door open for the possibility that the upper trough is strong enough and you wind up producing a coating to maybe an inch or two in some places along the coastal plain. That's where my head was at last night. And I think that's where I'm going to stay with it, even though there are a couple of models that say, well, maybe there's a chance that there'll be a little bit more room. So until then, we're basically in a relatively mild setup here, waiting for an Arctic front to come by. So not much is going to happen. Temperatures will be in the mid 40s to low 50s this afternoon and again on Friday. And then Saturday, we should be in the 50s, might even see mid to upper 50s in places like Maryland, Delaware, Northeast Virginia. The Arctic front goes by. We'll probably be down in the 20s, and many 20s to around 30 by Sunday morning. And there you have a low off the Carolina coast, gels up a little bit of snow there, and then the GFS pulls it out to the east as the coastal low forms well out to sea and runs away with it. Again, a couple of models are further west, like the Canadian. It would still be a light event. And the European gives a little bit of snow, not much, an inch or less in most places for Sunday morning. So we're going to leave that chance in there. And then after that, a shot of cold air for the first part of next week. But then we're going to warm up. That high is going out offshore. Winds are going to go southwest, and here comes the next low, which runs to the Great Lakes, and we get a cold front with some rain and wind here at the end of next week. And temperatures are probably going to, for the most part, be on the milder than normal side through next week. And then we're kind of on the edge of some cold air next weekend, but nothing really to write home about. Weather in 5, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. 631-756-1125 is the telephone number, and the website is omnitruevalue.com. We'll leave you with the satellite loop to remind you that the Joe and Joe Weather Show will be on tonight at 7:30 Eastern, and we will hope to see you then. That's on my YouTube channel, Joe Cioffi.